Yo.
Yeah, Brooklyn Boyz Radio.
Right back at you, man, with another Wizzy.
Let's go.
What's good, y'all?
Let's go, my nigga.
What it do?
I'm chilling.
It's the week of Halloween. How your week been?
Hello. I don't fuck with Halloween, though. I celebrate that shit.
How your week been, man? I mean, who celebrates Halloween, bro? Like, I got a 3-year-old, so... You know, I gotta go get a costume. Let it be part of the festivities. Sure like I don't know about the. I've never really done the trick or treating thing, but
I used to go to the corner stores back in the day.
Yeah, I mean that's what we used to do.
I didn't go for Halloween. Went for free candy.
I've never really been with taking my kids trick or treating. Like they moms have always been with that, but I always felt like it was my kids going to people's houses begging for candy. I never liked it, bro.
Yeah, I used to give candy at my house. I'm like, I'm gonna celebrate this shit, but I'm giving niggas candy for like, I'm giving kids candy.
Yeah, and then you had the whole, like, it used to be all over the news that people would put razor blades in the candy day, and all types of craziness. And these days, you got fentanyl and you got, crazy. Bro. If that's the case, I just go by.
Let me tell you this, though. Halloween ain't nothing like, today Halloween ain't nothing like back in the day.
Oh, hell no. Halloween back in our time, that was the purge. That was the purge.
I don't see an egg. By this time, it would have been eggs everywhere.
It'd been eggs everywhere. Yo, bro, the truth is, you couldn't come outside on Halloween if you wasn't a real nigga.
You couldn't go to school.
Nah, you couldn't even go to school.
Parents
knew not to send their kids to school on Halloween.
You stay home for Halloween.
Like real talk. It was only...
Real talk. Niggas used to put the batteries inside the sock. Why would you do that, bro?
Yo, bro.
Why we was doing stupid...
So, I remember one Halloween, my man, I'm not even gonna say his name, my man came to check me, and it was so crazy because earlier that day, me and the dudes from my block, we was going around the neighborhood wilding out, doing things that I will not say because I don't want to incriminate myself. So, legal check, I ain't saying nothing though. But so he come check me, we chilling on my roof. Now I used to live on Argyle Road between Church and Caton. Anybody who live in Flatbush know what Argyle was like in the early 90s, mid 90s or whatever. So he come check me. We on my roof, whatever, we burning the L, whatever. He had this brand new black North Face. I'm like,
you know the nigga, he said L.
Yeah.
So, I hear that long time.
So he had the black North Face goose. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, that North Face is hard, blah, 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 this. Now I get so high, I forget to walk him off my block. And I tell you this. Bro, that's how it looked because I'm in my crib, my man come ringing the bell. I open the door, he's like, yo, we just caught this dude. And he got the black North Face. I'm like, what? He's like, yo, yeah, we just caught this dude. He was coming down the block, he had the North Face on. Well, he's dead now because I can say that. Y'all gave him $150 across his goddamn face.
Are you serious?
Y'all $150 them across his face, like, bruh. And I'm like, damn, why didn't I remember to walk him off my block? Yeah.
Well, I got
and he thought I lined him up, bro, because I was on the roof. I was on the roof telling him, yo, that the North Face is hard.
Halloween to send him on his way. That's a nice friend. I'm glad I wasn't different back then. Well, I got my Halloween Dunks on. They glow in the dark. I wore them for today.
But just by coincidence, I got black and orange on too.
So crazy though. Halloween used to be crazy, man. I remember, don't do this at home, kids. We used to throw eggs as soon as the bus driver opened the door, catch the bus driver, put the sock with the powder inside of it, hit the nigga with the powder with the sock.
Put the egg in the freezer for like a week.
And just throw frozen egg. Yo, it used to be so crazy out here.
Shaving cream.
Make your hair fall out.
It
used to be crazy. But I never forget, one night, we was wilding on Halloween. We went all the way to Coney Island. First, we had to fight with the Dominicans at the store. So crazy. They was like, yo, come on, Poppy, come on. And they start throwing eggs. Next thing you know, they start throwing shots at us. Then we get on the train, we go all the way to Coney Island. We fighting in Coney Island, throwing eggs at niggas in Coney Island. Come back. After a full day of egg throwing, everybody chilling. We back on the block, back by Miller Park in East New York. We back. I think we on Van Sicklen at the time. We just sitting down chilling. This girl walks past. And I'm like, yo, y'all leave Shorty alone. I see her coming, And everybody's like, yo, shorty with the egg. I'm like, nah, it's a girl, man, leave her alone. Son.
Anybody can get it.
Listen, that was the motto. They didn't care.
Anybody could get it.
I got niggas to chill. Monty, I got niggas to chill. I said, yo, chill, son.
No, she didn't.
We've been catching wreck, all day.
No, she didn't.
Listen.
I already know what she did.
So everybody like, all right, when we gonna chill. Shorty walks past us.
I had the nerve.
No, Mo, listen. She walks past us. She get about 3 houses past us. Y'all better not throw no eggs at me.
Oh, man.
Yo, the amount of eggs this girl got hit with. Yo, my nigga, she must have got hit with like 3 cartons of egg. She got hit with a garbage can. My nigga hit her with the garbage pit, the lid.
Gotcha, bitch.
Hell yeah.
Son, it's Halloween.
It's Halloween, bro. Anything goes.
Garbage can, son. They finished Shorty. And I'm like, yo, chill. And they're like, yo, he hit you too. Move out the way. Yo. I couldn't stop. Yo, why she said something? She was almost at the corner, big. Halloween, like I said, Halloween is different when we, you know what I'm saying?
Halloween is definitely.
different.
Matter of fact, I'm glad that Halloween has
different.
changed because I don't need my kids going through none of that BS. Seriously.
But it was fun though.
It was fun. But you know what?
For the ones that was
if you want me to
catching
be honest with you, it was fun because we were used to it, bro. Listen, and it was fun because we were in the mix of the action. You know how many kids was in their crib scared to death on Halloween?
Couldn't come outside.
Couldn't come outside.
Yo, I remember a friend of mine back in the days. I was scared to throw the egg at the bus driver, right? When the bus driver door opened. So I told my man, I was like, yo, here, take that. He's like, I'll do it. He was a little broke nigga. He had no money because he couldn't get no eggs, right? So I gave him like a half a carton of eggs. He opened the door opened up, and he just ran off with my eggs.
He ran off with your eggs to take them home to cook them?
I don't know what he did with the eggs, man.
Oh,
but he
man.
took my eggs, man. Nigga ran off. Yo,
nah, that's hilarious.
Nigga ran off my eggs, son. I was like, yo, this
man.
nigga really ran off with the eggs. Why he ran off with the eggs?
Because he fed his whole family with them that night.
Halloween was fun back then, though. And that's what that's how we celebrated Halloween. We didn't really celebrate the holiday.
Nah, we didn't.
We got the free candy
And we always
threw eggs
wore
at everybody.
we wore the masks but never wore the costume. It's like we could afford the mask but we couldn't afford the whole costume,
We
bro.
never had the costumes is important.
Yo, I remember when I was in preschool and I'm wearing a Wonder Woman outfit, bro.
This nigga got one picture.
I got one baby picture where I'm wearing a Wonder Woman costume, and I still remember
Yo, Monty, you hear this shit?
No, I'm dead ass. And the reason I'm wearing the Wonder
Where your
Woman.
truth lasso at, nigga?
No, the reason I'm wearing the Wonder Woman costume is because my mother sent me to school. I was the only kid without a Halloween costume, and the only costume they had left was Wonder Woman. So they threw me in that and took a picture of me.
Yo, now y'all know why this nigga the way he is, B.
Yo, the trauma I went through as a child, bro. This is what I'm saying.
This kid got the most craziest child stories.
Bro, people don't understand.
You didn't even tell y'all the stories. Yo, no.
Bro, I got some traumatic stories, bro.
See, I tell my stories. He don't tell his stories. This nigga's stories is crazy. The cats and all this, what they did to the...
What they did? Oh,
I don't know if you want to talk about none of that.
Yeah.
This guy's crazy, my nigga. He's just a different dude. But yeah, be safe on Halloween.
Be safe on Halloween. Happy Halloween to all the kids.
I'm not saying happy Halloween. This
and
costume day. Put on a church outfit. Be Jesus.
And Halloween.
Be Moses or somebody.
Halloween is another holiday that the bad bitches done stole from the children. It's not a reason to dress sexy. All right.
Oh, I did have a chick come to my house in a Halloween costume after a Halloween party like a couple of years back. It was the craziest thing. She came dressed like a maid, like a nude maid, like with the titties out in the outfit. And, oh, it was amazing.
Well, I have women do that on the regular.
No, the costume was crazy. Yo,
What up?
you know Styles always got a crazy story.
You got a story?
But I didn't mean to tell a story. My life is just what it is.
Story time with Styles.
So one time, not too far from where we at right now. One time, and it wasn't a Halloween story, it just bleed into this. I'm sorry, folks. I'm dating this chick from my job. But I wasn't really dating her. I'm really trying to date her sister that worked on the job. She told me that her sister was gonna be at her house because her sister worked on the job. Sister was like my age, she was older though. Chick was older than me. So she was like, yo, come to my house Friday. You know, I put you and my sister together. So I come to the house Friday. I get there. Ain't no sister there.
Oh.
It's just her with a couple of 40s, right?
What?
40s. And at that time, people was even...
Nah, I used to drink mad 40s.
40 was going out of style at that time.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? But she still was drinking the 40s.
Okay.
So, you know, she a little older than me, gassed me up, and, you know, I took the coochie. I went for it. Fuck it.
Of course you did.
I
Because
took
you
it.
are Styles.
I took it. I was young. I was 24, 20... I don't remember.
24 is not young.
I was young, man. I was between 24, about 23, 24, 23, 24, 25. Anyway, so now this girl from the job, she was working the job, and then she started letting me in her business. I started going to her house like on a regular. So Shorty was working at the job, but she sell work at all the jobs.
What do you mean she sell work at all the jobs?
What do you mean when I mean she sell work?
Oh, legal check.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't know it.
It wasn't him selling it.
I wasn't selling no work.
Okay, she was selling work.
She was
Gotcha.
selling work at the job.
Okay.
She'd go around and sell work at the job.
So you worked with crackheads?
Nah, it wasn't no crack.
Oh.
She would sell niggas work to go sell work when they go home.
Okay, I got
You
you.
know what I'm saying? It was a crazy little situation. So I'm like, oh, okay, Shorty a boss bitch. You
He
know
worked
what
with El Chapo.
I'm saying? Yeah. So check this out. It was a crazy situation. So she got I never met the dude. She had a heavyweight dude she was dealing with in the street, just she said, that was from their side of Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Where they came from. I don't want to get too much information out. But dude was out of town all the time. He was a little older. And some reason he knew about me. He told her, look, I'm not home 3-4 months at a time. You can have homeboy, Shorty, you know what I'm saying, while I'm gone, because I know your needs to be taken care of physically.
So he gave her permission.
Permission. Yo, it's crazy. Yo, son, one time I went to the crib. I'm going to get to the costume part, but one time I went to the crib. Yo, Mo, it was a suitcase full of burners. 2 suitcases. Nothing but guns in the suitcase. I was like, yo, I got to stop coming to the crib. Going out there, right?
You a good dude, because I'd snatch like 2 or 3 of them.
So listen. So check this out. I was bringing my friends to her because she was selling big weight. I was bringing my friends from the hood.
She got robbed.
Nah, I wasn't gonna rob her. Now see, look, this dude is he a criminal. You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
I was just getting
I'm
PC.
speaking in past tense.
Okay, cool. But I was getting PC. I bring through some, I get some, right? I ain't care. I was getting my little bread. But yo, she a heavier set girl. So this was a crazy shit, Monty. I rings the bell, right?
She was dressed as Miss Pac-Man.
This nigga stupid. Listen. I rings the bell, Mo. Tell me she got this leather outfit on, son. A leather outfit on, but the outfit, the titties come outside the leather. Like, it's like a hole, and she got like these big double D titties, and they just come outside the leather, right? And she got this big corset coming down, and she got these, what's some strings they call it attached to the sock? That you know.
Oh, the garter belt.
Yeah, the garter belt attached to the sock. And she a big chick, and she in the doorway like this, with a whip in her hand, but like a whip, like the shit you beat the jockey with this.
Yeah.
Stick. And she got the stick, and she like, what's up, daddy? Whipping the whip. Son, all I could do is laugh, because she was a big girl. So I'm like, yo, how you squeeze your ass into this? How you do it? How the fuck did you put this on? My nigga, it was she was one of the craziest girls that put me on to a lot of shit, showed me some shit. She was dope, but.
So what did you do with this leather outfit?
First of all, I don't like lingerie.
You don't like lingerie?
I just want to get to it, B. I'd rather you just come out naked.
You serious?
Yeah, I don't like all that sexy shit.
I don't know. I like lingerie.
Like, it's cool, but I'm more excited because I just want to get to you. I don't want to play with you and all that.
I don't know. No. I like the foreplay. I like the
No, I
role
like
playing.
foreplay.
I like the foreplay. I like the role playing. I
But-
like all of that. I like the
Yeah, I like the
lingerie. I like
foreplay,
to
but I
have a
want-
dress up and all of
Nah,
that.
I don't got to dress up for me, man. You can play though. We can play tie up and all that shit. I want to see it all. Like, I don't want you to hide none of it.
Nah, I like the anticipation. I like the being teasing her, taking the time. I dig
cool,
that.
No, but I'm cool with that part. That's not what I'm telling you. I'm cool with that. I'm just not. I don't want to see you. You don't got to be super sexy. When I'm with you, you super sexy.
Well, you said you were just dealing with a yellow M&M, so I understand that she doesn't have to be
she
super
was-
sexy.
She was a brown M. She was a brown M.
Miss Pac-Man.
Yo, happy Halloween, man.
Happy Halloween to
Enjoy
y'all.
whoever your Halloween, man.
Enjoy your Halloween.
Yeah, shit was just crazy though. But
Yeah, it's crazy in those times, man.
back in those days, good days, good days, good days. Yo, so I was looking on on some of the sites. I see Young Jock had sent somebody 1,800.
Oh yeah, he sold somebody 1,800.
And then the person wouldn't give it back to him. So I guess my question to you: somebody sends you 1,800, you giving it back?
Well, I mean, just a couple of weeks ago, somebody actually sent me $150 on Zelle, and they sent it to me like 11 o'clock at night, and
They asked for it back.
like 11:30, dude sent me a message like, "Yo, man, could you please send this back?" And I went to sleep. I swear to God, I didn't, like, I looked at his message, and I went to sleep. And then the next morning when I woke up, because I always wake up early. I woke up like 6 o'clock in the morning. The next morning when I woke up, I sent it to him.
Yeah, I'd have sent the money back. I wouldn't have kept the money. Even
like,
if I was broke, I wouldn't have.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Because when I saw it, it was just like, whatever. Like, first of all.
He wanted to keep it in his account for a little bit.
No, it's
Just
not
make
even
it feel
that.
good, like an extra
I had-
18, like an
I
extra
had-
buck 50. I mean.
I had no intentions on keeping it because when I received the money, I was like, where the hell did this come from? And then when I got the message from him, it was like, oh, okay. So in my mind, it was like, oh, my question's been answered. But I wasn't thinking about keeping it. But
Now,
then,
Mo say that nigga made a mistake. He gonna have to wait a little bit. Mo kept. Now I done gave it back though. You know something so funny? Somebody wired me some bread the other day. It wasn't by mistake though. I ain't gonna lie. It was like 150,000, right? No, it was 75,000. Then they wired me another 75. I wasn't trying to let it go for a little while. Like I just wanted to see my account. But yeah, I knew them. It wasn't a mistake. But you know, I just wanted to see the money sitting there for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
oh, they sent you the bread to take care of something.
Take care of some business. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna keep it, but I'm just saying it just looked good in it. You don't think so?
He took a picture and he took a screenshot and,
Nah, I ain't
put,
take
it,
no screenshot.
and put it on Instagram.
You sound stupid. B. This dude sounds stupid.
Yo.
I put it in my Insta mind so it could be mine. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have this much later on top of that. You know what I'm saying? But
Speaking of money, I saw that Tyler Perry fired his whole accounting
Accounting
crew
staff, yeah.
because he realized that the IRS had owed him $9 million and that was something that they had overlooked.
let me tell you something, man.
Rich people problems.
Nah, it's not just a rich people problem. I'm gonna tell you, when you got CPAs out there, you gotta be careful what your CPA be. I remember, and I ain't gonna say no names, but I remember when I was getting a lot of money at the time, and I was coming up in the business, and I really didn't know what to do with money. So I got me accounting. I made an LLC, and you know, I was thinking I was doing all the right things. You know what I'm saying? I was paying taxes. And one time when I don't know, I must have made a lot of money that year, right? And you got something called estimated taxes, where you kind of pay your taxes
In advance.
In advance, as you making your money, so this way you don't owe Uncle Sam that big nut at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sometimes it's money that you just put in an account to the side.
Yeah, so I was paying something like $7,000 every quarter. Every 4 months, I put $7,000 away, right? But at the same time, I had bought a crib. I put like 100 on the crib. I put like 30,000 in closing costs and another 75 or 70,000 in remodeling the house. So I'm thinking, I don't know nothing about taxes. I'm thinking that you could just write it off. You know what I mean? I kept every receipt. Come to find out, tax time come. No, you can't really. I couldn't write none of that stuff off in the house. Basically, how it was explained to me at the time, you write all that stuff when you sell the house. But I couldn't write any of that stuff off now because I didn't have it in the business name. I had it in my name.
And you know.
So things the CPA probably should have told you beforehand how to go about it. But I just wanted the house. I went after it. Do you know I wound up on Uncle Sam? I didn't get no money back from Uncle Sam. Even with the estimated tax, I think it was like 34,000 or something like that, 30-some thousand that I put to the side. At the end of the day, do you know that I owed Uncle Sam $236,000? And I spent all that money, and I had to start paying Uncle Sam off little by little by little. And you already know, Uncle Sam want their shit, they go in the account and just take it.
Definitely.
After a while, they just take it. So sometimes you got people who watching your account, and they're not really watching your account. They just paying your bills, or they taking your money and they putting this money over here. One time, one of the guys was taking some money and paying some other people bills with my money, and somebody in the company let me know.
But that's why I think it's very important for you to have a personal relationship with your CPA or your bookkeeper. I think that's very important. You should have a personal relationship with anybody that handles your money.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think it should be more than a business relationship. That person should truly care about you. You know, to some degree. And don't get me wrong, a lot of times you have a firm and you're just dealing with the integrity of the firm because they've been in business and you know their reputation. But if you're dealing with a mom and pop type of style CPA or bookkeeper, I think you should have a personal relationship with that person.
Also, to add to that, I feel like when you're dealing with a lot of money, and what I had wasn't a lot of money compared to some of the guys that I knew that had the money. Not meaning that my money wasn't less important.
But it was enough for you to overlook some money.
And not even overlook, be overlooked. Because they was dealing with so much other bigger clients than myself. But at the same time, I think you also maybe should have somebody who watch that person. Or if you got a wife or a kid or somebody else, got to be watching and taking accountability of what's going on or what's happening, and have a monthly report of what you got, how you want it, what your bills, what your money going to, and stay on top of that.
I think Big said it best. I got lawyers watching lawyers so I won't go broke.
Now, you definitely got to be careful out there because I don't know how the IRS owed him $9 million. He must got a lot of money.
He does. Of course. But it's not even that. You have to understand that. What was that Broadway show, The Producers, right? That's what that was about. It was pretty much these two guys that stumbled across the fact that they can make more money by creating shows that don't succeed than creating shows that do succeed, because they become write-offs and the government ends up owing them money. You know what I mean? So when you're dealing with production, who knows? For all the shows that we've seen at Tyler Perry's, we don't know how many shows that he might have. I mean, we know this. A lot of times we produce shows that don't ever end up coming out. And so you don't know how much he's spending.
Somebody got to be on top of that, man. You can't just lose a man $9 million. I would have fired everybody. Yeah, I would have fired everybody too.
Listen, as a billionaire, $9 million is a drop in the bucket. And that's
$9 million, man. Look, I'd have lost $900.
I understand, but what I'm telling you is when you're talking about someone,
you see Jock ready to kill a nigga for $1,800.
Yeah, but when you talking,
I ain't playing.
But when you're talking about somebody that's a billionaire, $9 million is a drop in the bucket. It is.
Nah, I always want my money, Mo. I don't care how much.
No,
I hear what you're saying.
All I mean by that, I'm not saying that $9 million isn't worth anything to Tyler Perry. What I'm saying is, when you're a billionaire, you can overlook that kind of money. You can overlook that money.
You think it was wrong for him to fire them? Like,
no,
I'm not saying that. Like, they told him that he got $9 million. You got $9 million because I saw the story. He was like, the IRS owed you $9 million. They was happy, like, to tell him. He was like, how you happy? How you missed that? And I'm saying, dude, are you mad that he fired them, or they was honest and got the money back?
Why would I be mad?
Not you. I'm saying, would you be mad if you got fired? That's what I'm saying.
No,
because they gave the money back. They was like, yo, look, we got it back. You know what I'm saying? They figured it out.
I don't know if I'd be angry, but I think I would start to question their competency.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you're right.
You know, so and the truth is, listen, Tyler Perry is a black man in Hollywood. He's a black man that's going through the glass ceiling. He's taking strides. The truth is, he can't afford to make any mistakes, because we both know that we live in a world that he can't afford to make mistakes, because when those people are ready to come for him, they're going to use whatever mistakes that were made. They don't care whether it was the accountant that made it. They don't care what it is. So he has to be very careful.
Yeah, and the IRS ain't forgiving people.
Yeah,
they don't care about
so
you.
I can understand how he's like, yo, look, I need to be protected, and I need the best people around me that can protect me.
You're absolutely right, man. Well, listen, man. Big up to Tyler Perry. I'm glad you got your $9 million back. If you want to give me and Mo like $500 for the show, yo, it's cool.
I don't need no handouts.
Yo, we need it for the show, B. We need better sneakers up here.
He said we need better sneakers up here. Yo.
So I see Jamaica. Shout out to Jamaica. That's where my family from.
Jamaica, Queens?
No, Jamaica.
Smoke weed every
The
day.
yard man, them.
Southside.
No, no, I'm not talking about that, man. Yeah, so Jamaica. So I see Jamaica banned all music that has any violence, gun, uh, any criminal activity broadcasting on radio and television. You see what y'all did, man?
And hopefully it catches on in America.
You see what they did? See, because we don't got no balance, this is what happened. I just think that the market was oversaturated. They feel like the guns and the criminal activity in the records is making the country now become the #1 Caribbean country and Latin islands that's out there. They're not Latin, but they're considered in the Latin diaspora that has the most violence.
I don't think it's about balance. I think
No, I'm just saying if we had balance, we wouldn't have never got to this point.
yeah, but I don't think it's about balance. I think it's just about the realization that we created an art and that art has been turned to be used as a weapon against us. Like, bro, when you think back to the original reggae, when you think about Bob Marley, even Garnet Silk, you think about Beres Hammond, you think about Capleton, you think, you know what I mean, Sanchez, right? Like, music was love, man. You understand? And then
Yeah, but like I said, it still had to be a balance, and I think because it's so, like you said, oversaturated, that we got to come to this measure here. I think they can still exist because people do talk about, a lot of those ghetto youths talk about the ghetto because that's what they come from. So they only painting a picture of where they come from and what they see every day. If you really want to clean it up, then change the environment, change the poverty, change the environment, and then these niggas don't got nothing to sing about.
but I think that's the first step because I think it's a cycle. I think the art, the culture, the art dictates the culture, then the culture dictates the art, then the art dictates the culture. So the music is continually made. The music influences these environments, right? The environment influences the music, then the music influences and I think it's a cycle, and it has to stop. We have to take that first step somewhere.
But I'm not mad at the step, but see, only reason I'm upset a little bit about it because I was looking at a study the other day, and they said there's more guns shown on television than any other thing in the world. Like when you see a cop on the street, when you hear it in music, there's more guns shown on television.
I don't understand what you mean by that.
Kids see more murder on television than anything else in television, right? So we don't do this for television. All the Scarface movies I saw, the Commandos, all this stuff, they don't ban that, but we gotta ban our music but there's a balance in the cinema.
The reality is, music emits a frequency. It emits listen. It emits an energy, bro. Like I've been in clubs, and when certain songs come on, and I feel like fighting. Listen. When certain songs come on, it brings a certain type of mood to you, bro. It does, because music emits a frequency. Music emits an energy, and it's just like when you wake up in the morning, right? You listen to soul music, or you could choose to listen to something else, and it can actually set your tone. It can set your mood for the day.
Okay, cool.
I think music has more power. Just like they've always said, music can calm the savage beast. Music can either accelerate the ferociousness of the savage beast, or it can calm the savage beast.
Well, let's do this. Everything emits an energy, right? And if that was the case, 90s rap was only about Gambinos, right?
That's not true.
Yo, listen. You had the Firm. You had Jay-Z.
Nas was spitting a lot of that 5% of stuff at the same time, bro.
But yeah, they were still talking about it was Gambino rap.
Yeah, it was drug rap.
Yeah, it was drug rap. You had Cuban Links, was drug rap, and they all got it from The Godfather, from Scarface. So and now, even if you go to some of these houses, I remember I used to watch MTV Cribs. Every rapper, every dude had a picture of Scarface in his house. So what I'm saying to you, you know why I stopped watching the news in the morning? Because of that same frequency you talking about. You wake up on the news, 50 niggas is dead on the news, and I'm like, yo, this just upset my day.
But let me ask you a question. So everybody had a Scarface poster. By how many dudes was bringing in tons of cocaine from Colombia? I'm sorry. Not
How many dudes were selling cocaine?
hardly any.
How many dudes were selling cocaine?
But they weren't Scarface.
But how many dudes were selling? But they inspired to be like
But
Scarface.
but they weren't Scarface. And guess what? And the same influence that you got from Scarface, you got from New Jack City. You got look, it came. But I'm also saying that. And look, and I'm not saying that music is the total cause. No, but I can say that music does play a part. So I do feel like, look, it does need to be regulated to a degree.
I feel like the only reason I'm agreeing to the regulation, because just like in Jamaica, we have the same problem here in America. The music is oversaturated with one type of music. And my thing is it's about balance. The reason why TV I don't think have that much of effect, because there's balance. You got love stories, you got Marvel, superhero shit, you got some violent shit.
I'm gonna tell you why.
We don't have that.
I'm gonna tell you why.
In our genre, I'm not saying that we don't have it. That stuff that's get overlooked and it's mad. Like you said, I don't want to keep using the word, but it's mad saturated through the culture. Yeah. So, and I feel like that's why the ban happened, because of the violence that's happening. But they also taking away for the ghetto youths to feed themselves, because that's how they feed themselves. That's how a lot of them dudes, that's how they feed themselves. That's how they feed their crew. They become international stars.
And they could sing about something else.
I'm just saying to you, that's how they feed themselves, bro. The reality is, you gonna say they could do something else.
I didn't say do something else. If you can rap, you can rap about something else.
But this is how they feed themselves now. That's like somebody telling, Spielberg, yo, you can never produce a spaceship movie again. That's what his vision is. That's what his reality is. These are these kids' reality. If you want to change the thing, I'm not mad at the band, but change the environment where these kids live at.
What I'm telling you,
these kids live at?
I understand, but what I'm telling you is it's also a cycle. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying the music is a product of the environment, and not saying that the music created the environment, but the music continues that mindset. It continues to keep people in that criminal mindset. You understand? And let's be honest, bro, our people are kind of the only people that have music that promotes killing each other. Or should I say that we have the biggest genre of music that is basically targeted towards us talking about killing each other, not respecting each other. So I'm all for the regulation of music, and I'm not saying that people shouldn't have freedom of speech and shouldn't be able to sing about whatever they want to sing about. But as we all know, you can't make a song about killing white people. You can't make a song about killing Asians, but you can make a song about killing niggas all day long.
No, I agree with that. I'm just saying, to me, once again, I just feel like it's the balance, and we just have to clean up the neighborhoods. If you want all this shit to stop with black people, change how we live. Change. Give more jobs in the hood. Take away all the projects and people living on top of each other and on top of each other. Change the poverty.
But that's the biggest problem with us. Let me tell you why. But that's the biggest problem.
Because they keep keeping us there.
No, this right here is the biggest problem with us.
Let me hear it.
We have to start somewhere. We have this tendency.
But it ain't the
let me
music.
let me finish. We have the tendency. Bruh, the most important thing is to take the first step.
Bro,
it's not about. Listen,
shit.
the first step leads to the first step leads to the next thing, then leads to the next thing. The problem with our people is every time.
That sound like the sucker way out.
How is it the sucker way out?
Because guess what? It's a snake. You chopping the tail, and the snake is gonna still live.
But guess what?
If you kill the head, if you took away impoverished neighborhoods and you took away all that shit, then it's nothing to talk about.
But what about if it's easier to start at the tail than to chop the head? And what about if chopping the tail will slow the snake down so that we can eventually get to the head? All I'm saying is the first step needs to be taken. If this is the first step, then I'm all for it.
Okay, cool.
We're going
to see how far the step take. Killing and shit still going to happen. You know why? Because niggas' bellies are still going to be touching. And then what they're going to do, they're going to take away, it's probably get worse. Because now you took away how probably they get their little money and shit like that from the guys that do the music and that's getting a publishing or whatever the case may be. Now bellies is even touching more. So when you got starvation, you got poverty, you got people that don't have nuts, that have, all you're gonna have is more crime.
But all of that was happening way before niggas started talking about killing styles.
All it's gonna do is create more crime. But generation to generations keep getting worse and worse.
And so you think if they stopped rap right now, that would make crime go up? Bruh,
Of
do
course.
you
You know how much money rap music bring in?
Yes, I know how much money rap
You know how many
music.
people working because of this?
I understand, but what I'm telling you is, so you're telling me, then you're basically saying that rappers are that limited that other than killing, there's nothing else they can rap
that's
about.
not what I'm saying to you.
That is what you're saying.
But I said to you from the beginning, we need a balance. That's not what I'm. I think anybody should have the right to talk about anything they want to talk about. But if you want to change the rapper perspective, then change his living environment. If you want to change the perspective,
that's not true because rappers get rich, live in mansions, and still talk about killing each other.
Yo,
so,
bro.
so what are you talking about?
No, that's.
So what are you talking about?
That's a partial truth. Because
That's a partial truth?
Yes, that is true what you're saying. But at the same time, a lot of rappers, some of them do elevate, and some of them do still gotta stay. They try to stay connected to what they came.
Tell me one rapper that got rich and stopped talking about killing people.
Jay-Z. You want? That's easy.
Jay-Z never really talked about killing people though.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z never really talked.
Jay-Z always talked about street selling drugs,
Yeah, but
all kind of shit.
Jay still talks about selling drugs.
What
Jay
you
still
talking
talks. Jay still talks
What
about
you
selling.
talking about?
No, what are you talking about? Jay still talks
Not
about
like
selling drugs.
No, he talk about it.
Jay
on the other side of
still,
the
but
fence.
he still
Stop
talks
it, man.
about selling
Stop
drugs.
It, man.
Yo, Monty.
Stop talking about King
Monty,
Big.
does
Stop
Jay-Z still not talk about selling
Stop
drugs?
It. Stop it.
All right then.
Look, something like that. All
Okay,
right,
so what do you? So
on the Jeezy, man. I ain't even getting to this dude. We're talking about the next rapper, man. Let's go. So Jeezy said.
Shout out to Jay.
Shout out to Jay-Z, man. Yo, Jeezy said. Somebody asked him a question when did he know that he didn't want street cred anymore. And basically, he was telling the story. He had got locked up basically while he was a rapper, and he was sitting in the jail, and he just saw his whole career like being finished, basically.
Flash in front of his eyes,
kind of paraphrasing, right? So, when did you figure out in your life you didn't want the street cred, or you didn't want the streets to do nothing with the streets no more?
If it's when I totally turned my back to all of that, I would have to say that it was when my daughter's mom died, and my daughter moved in with me, and it
changed your life.
Yeah, and my daughter moved in, and it dawned on me. Like my daughter was like, she was going on 14, and it dawned on me that I was all she had left. You know, that if anything happened to me, that you know, she'd be fucked, basically.
Oh, definitely.
So that made me realize that I cannot continue to put my freedom or my life on the line. And that just, at the time I had kind of left the streets alone, but I was still kind of dipping. You know what I'm saying? But
like
but
you on skis just
yeah. But that right there, that realization, realizing that I'm all this little girl has left. You know what I mean? She no longer has a mother. And it's just me and her in this world, and the thought of me sitting in a cell and leaving that little girl in this world alone, I was like, it's not worth it. And I basically washed my hands. Like, I don't want nothing to do with anything.
Well, I'm like a street dude, but not the street drug selling, killing nigga, right? Like, this in the streets all day.
I don't kill either.
Right? So for me, when I kind of turned my back on everything and kind of left a lot of stuff alone is when music became real for me. And I guess that's why I fight for that music thing, because it saved me it gave me something else to fight for. It gave me something else to hope for. You know, having a high school diploma, I didn't really see nothing else for me, man. I was living in a basement apartment. I thought I was gonna die in there.
You were a troll. He was a troll, everybody.
This guy's right here. You look like a gnome.
Not an internet troll. The troll that be under the bridge.
Crazy. Stupid. But yeah, I just didn't. Music kind of saved me.
You know you're gonna have some troll ears when I say that.
Oh,
right?
here we go. This guy with stupid. Let me finish telling my story, B. But yeah, it was the music. When I started seeing music could be really a viable thing, and I really could make real money, like my biggest check came from music. Like, you know what I'm saying? At that time, I was making $24,000 a year, B. I wasn't making no money, and then little hustle things I would do on the side to get some money. But when I realized I could make $80,000 and $100,000 and $200,000, when I started realizing that, I was like, yo, I gotta leave all this alone because if I don't leave it alone, God ain't gonna never bless me. He already blessing me. So my thing is, if I want to stay in God's good grace, I had to change everything that I was doing outside of what was making me successful. So I just said to myself, I made a pact with myself, like, yo, I ain't selling this little bullshit weed no more. I ain't selling nobody kids no more on tax time.
He said, "I'm not selling nobody kids."
Tax time, I would sell
Oh,
the
okay,
kids.
there you go.
I would find somebody.
You want to clear that up,
Yeah,
bro?
tax time. You know, I would find somebody that was getting like public assistance or something like that, but they had a kid, and I would offer it to somebody else, and that person would get like maybe $5,000. They hit the other person off for like 2,500 and keep 2,500 or something like that, and I still make about $1,000 or something somewhere in between. You know what I'm saying?
I made so much paper on the streets, bro, that I really think that my child is the only thing that could have made me leave it alone. And,
Yeah,
and it's the
I get
honest
you.
to God truth, because it was like, I tried a couple of times, but it was my daughter. Like just the thought of having to leave her out here alone, and just the thought of my daughter having to, because my daughter has family, and if anything was to happen to me, I'm sure, her aunt or somebody in the family would pick her up. But I know that my daughter wouldn't be as comfortable nowhere like she is with me. You understand what I mean? And I couldn't do that to her, man.
Yeah, for me, like I said, it was just God, B. I was getting blessed so much, and I ain't never seen or touched the type of paper at that time. With all even the hustling I was doing, I never touched that type of paper. You know, you going to sleep, and I'll tell you a story later on another time, but and waking up literally with $250,000 in your account, it's like, wait a minute, where the hell did I get $250,000, you know?
And that was another thing too, because I had always, that was the one thing about me. Like, I had always felt like the more money I got on the streets, it was like the more the clock was ticking, right? Because I always knew nobody retires from this. You understand? So it's either you end up in a cell or you end up in a casket. So it was like the more money I made, the more paro I got. Because I just felt like my
You start getting paro,
my
then-
time was
then you start-
winding
slipping.
down, right? And then you have to understand that, bro, in my life, yo, God has given me so many chances. Like,
yeah.
I've experienced so many miracles.
100.
You've seen one of those miracles with me, you understand? Yeah. And it was like after all of those situations, I just felt like, yo, if you continue, then you kind of spitting in God's face.
Definitely. And I'm telling you, that's what I used to feel like. I'm like, yo, listen, God is taking me out of this basement. God is letting me, that feeling that you get when you don't got to worry about nothing because you got all the paper in the world you need.
Freedom. It's freedom.
Yo, listen.
There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
Nothing like that.
There's nothing
when you
like
got,
it.
And I'm not meaning that you got to have millions of dollars. You could just have a couple $1,000, a couple hundreds of thousands of dollars. But that freedom that to go, wait a minute.
It's just pretty much, I could not make $1 for the next 4 or 5 years and I will be straight. Like that, there's nothing like that feeling.
Nothing like that feeling. So when you get that euphoric feeling of like, wait a minute, God took it, and when I look at myself, my brothers, they all went to college. I ain't go to college. Where he took me from this and put me here, oh, nah, B, I ain't doing that. I got to go do what I got to go do. Like, I'm going to focus on this, and I just got laser focus on what I need to be focused on and just kind of backed away from everything because I wanted to be blessed tremendously. So, yeah, that time I just walked away from everything.
Then you mature to a point, and then you look at it, and then something that you valued so much, you're like, yo, it ain't even worth it.
No, it's not. And as you get older, the money is cool, but as you get older, your freedom is even better. Because I don't know how niggas take risks in their 40s and you got 20 years or life. Like, you too old. If you didn't do 20 years when you was 19, 20, you say 25 maybe. At 40 years old, you spending 40 years in jail. Like, you should be want to do 20 years at no time point in your life. But
Bro,
I'm saying,
I don't even want to do 24 hours in the booking.
At this time in your life?
At this point, I don't even want to go through central booking, bro. I don't.
Yeah, like, so you just stay away from all that. But
I have no desire to sleep on a bench. I have no desire to eat them nasty ass bologna sandwiches.
Oh, man, with that stupid milk.
Yeah, I have no desire, bro. I don't even want to go through the bookings. Like, seriously, I have no desire. None.
Yeah, when you a kid, you kind of don't look at life like that. You like, especially once again, environment again. We coming from environments that people think it's cool to go to jail. Like I remember one of my dudes coming home. I was so mad too. This changed my life too. My dude came home. I never forget this. He came home. I remember we all met him on the block, right? We all met him on the block. There's a bunch of us. But I was always a little bit different than some of my friends with certain things. And he came, and I remember he running down the block, and we all like seeing the nigga for the first time, and we like, yo, you oh my X, Y, and Z. And I remember everybody like, yo, passing them the weed or passing them the alcohol, but he on probation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, why y'all passing him that? And everybody start getting mad at me. Yo, Stel, shut up, you stupid. Why? He gonna violate his parole and gotta go back. Like, that don't even make no sense.
Nope.
Then they wanna keep him out after curfew. Yo, it's his first night, he could do it. But if you start him like this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I never understood it. Like, and even as a kid, that was when I was a kid. So certain things I just moved away from because I was like, yo, listen, my peoples, they wanted destruction for themselves, B.
Dudes go away to school, they do 4 years in college, they come home after graduating and they don't receive the same welcome as dudes that come from jail. You understand? And my thing with jail has always been, no one volunteers to go to jail, everybody's forced. You understand? So I've never really been with the whole praising somebody, because of jail. I mean, jail is hard.
Yeah, listen, man.
Jail is hard, but like I said, no one volunteers. Everyone's forced to go.
Let me tell you something. Jail, I tell kids all the time, man, even with these crews and some of these gangs that I be seeing with kids be a part of, and you know what I'm saying? And I be like, yo, some of y'all dudes ride and die for the gang, but when you go to jail, nobody even holler at you. Nobody put no money in your books. You know how many times somebody called me and is like, yo, can you put my son, he needs some money or something like this? I'm like, yo, what happened to all the gang members he was with? What happened to all his friends? And them dudes can't do nothing for you. So we riding and dying for niggas in the street that when we get locked up, they ain't with us. And then when we come home, they the first one to welcome back with open arms to the bullshit.
But that's just the way it goes, unfortunately. Unfortunately, if it's not family, or if it's not like your right hand man, like your real man, like out of sight, out of mind.
100%.
Yeah, it's out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean? But to me, what's even more backwards, and when I used to speak at these schools, that's what I always used to say. Like, I don't understand the youth. Y'all look at these rappers and y'all say y'all want these mansions, y'all say y'all want these cars, y'all say y'all want these riches, y'all want this wealth, y'all want this life of luxury, but yet you're following a dude who's 35 and lives in his mother's basement or has a room in his mother's house. Like, how the hell is he gonna teach you how to get there? It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense.
And the sad thing that our kids don't see, the other side of it, the sad side of it. Most of the guys that I looked up to growing up, the street dudes that I looked up to growing up, most of them either dead, in jail, or they ain't doing good at all.
Or they addicts.
Yeah, a lot of them niggas ain't really like popping. They maybe found one
out
of 30.
One or two who had a plan.
And most of the time we don't have a plan. And even in that, I told you last week, even in my stage now of making money, right? I make the money, and I finally figured out 1 + 1 = 2. But sometimes I don't even know what to do with the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning that I don't know how to go further in my investment. I remember the first time I really got broke.
You still have yet to figure out how 2 + 2 = 4.
4, exactly. And I remember the first time I got broke from this music. I got $500,000 in my account, almost $1 million. The year after that, $1 million. The year after that, and what happens is I kept on, and nobody taught me about investment. So what I do, I keep putting money back into the music. A new studio come available, yo, 80 grand on the studio, another 40 grand in equipment. You know what I'm saying? I'm just building studio after studio. When the stock market crashed, everything kind of slowed down, everything kind of went to a halt. All my money was put in one type of finance.
One vehicle.
I didn't have other situations. I didn't have.
You weren't diversified.
I didn't diversify my portfolio
because that's supposed to be your hedge against the recession. The fact that you have your money in so many different vehicles.
Yeah, and just had one space. And it's a lot of times, even the drug dealer, like a lot of these dudes didn't know what to do with their bread. You know what I'm saying? So we got to start figuring out even that. Like as a people, we got to start figuring out when we get money, what to do with our money. You keep thinking it's cool to go, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy a trip to Cancun, or I'm gonna buy the new, a Mary shirt, or I'm gonna take a shorty away and buy a bag. You can enjoy that bag. I told this chick the other day, a nigga trick on you for the first couple of months. You know what your life is gonna be like for the next 10 years?
Yeah.
That shit don't last. Like this, if you don't make a plan,
Louis bags get old, man.
You know?
Louis bags get old, and don't nothing get uglier than an old Louis bag. I'm telling you, like, son, old Louis bags is
on an
ugly.
old bitch.
Or yeah,
old Louis bag on an old bitch.
on an old
Stupid.
bitch. Oh man.
Yeah. Anyway, man, listen. I saw this on funny. I don't know if it's funny or not, but it was funny to me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I seen Lil Duval put up a message the other day. He was saying, no woman should be offended if a man asks her if she's a man.
If she's a man.
In 2022, I absolutely agree with Lil
I
Duval.
absolutely agree.
Yo, I seen a girl the other day. Well, it wasn't a. I don't know. Well, it was a girl. For argument's sake, it was a girl, but it wasn't a girl biologically.
I
I
compare.
don't want to say it, but she looked like a girl. He looked like a girl for real. And I couldn't even tell that he was a girl. The guy in the store was like, oh, she looked good, right? I was like, yeah, she looked good. Now she coming here every day. I said, come in here every day? What do you mean? He was like, yeah, she come here every day because she was on the phone. The voice threw me off. The voice threw me off.
She sounded like she was talking with auto-tune.
This guy's stupid. The voice threw me off. No, it really threw me off. I was like, yo, this girl looked bad. I mean, the butt. She had the, the tights. So I'm looking because the voice threw me off.
If they look too good, you gotta question it.
Yo,
these
listen,
days.
I'm looking at the tights because I'm trying to see if I see, a bulge or something in the tights.
Isn't it crazy that you even have to think that though?
Yo, the tights had the slit, right? The coochie slit. So I'm like, oh, it's okay, it's a girl.
He said safe.
Right, so she on the phone. Look, but she on the phone with a dude talking about, yeah, I'm gonna make you dinner, and yo, what you want? I'm in the supermarket. So I'm sitting there going, nah, this can't be. When she walks out, the Arab dude go,
Now.
they say, yeah, she had a sex change a couple of years ago, and I'm like, he coming here all the time, and I was like, oh, all right. So you definitely got to look at people and ask a question, bro. You have to ask a question, man. You can't. Sometimes it looks too good to be true. You got to question it.
Yeah. I mean, but what I compare that to, I remember years back, I'm on a date with this young lady, and we in the car, and we talking all sexy and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I'll let you do anything to me as good as you look. She's like, anything? I'm like, anything. So she's like, oh, so would you let me like play with your booty? So I'm like, what? I'm like, yo, don't play with me, man. Like, I don't even play them games. So she looks at me like, yeah, all right. So I'm like, what's that supposed to mean? So she's like, look, man, I done dealt with some gangster dudes. You know what I'm saying? And they talk all that at the beginning. The next thing you know, they legs is up in the air and this and that. So I say that to say, like, it's kind of comparable where if a woman asks you, like, yo, would you let me do this? And you may get offended, but this is 2022 with dudes.
Let me ask you a question.
Dudes are okay with that.
Let me ask a better question, though. The other question, since we living in this day and time, should a transsexual woman tell you that she's trans?
Yes, definitely. Because
I'm just asking.
if you're taking away my right to choose, then that's rape.
I don't know if that's technically rape.
It is technically rape because rape is taking away someone's right to choose and forcing them to have sex with you. So if under any other circumstance, had I known what you were, I would not have done that, then that's rape.
Is that discrimination, though?
How's it discrimination?
I'm saying, listen to what I'm saying. It's bugged out. Listen to what I'm saying. So if a person said, yo, if I knew you was black, I wouldn't have sex with you.
No, it isn't. It isn't
because when you just start discriminating against sex. You know what I'm saying? Just asking a question.
I agree.
We live in a bugged out world.
We do live in a bugged out world, but look, nothing against men who do choose to sleep with men, but I do not choose to sleep with men.
So, but identifiably, she's not a man. If she identifies as a woman, she's now a woman. Technically,
I live in reality. I don't live in.
I'm not saying this is a reality or not. I'm just saying, technically right now, if a man identifies as a woman, then we have to call him women in this country.
That
right?
is for those who choose to live by
So,
those rules, bro. To me,
now I hear you.
a man is a man.
No, I'm not disagreeing or agreeing. What I'm saying to you is, if that's the case, did she lie and say that I'm not a woman if she identifies as a woman? I'm trying. Is there any gray area? We got to see if there's a law like
There must
that.
be a gray area for you. Is there a gray area for you?
This guy.
No,
Here we-
I'm trying to figure this out.
Here we go with the nonsense.
And what nonsense? I'm
Here we go
asking
with the
I'm
nonsense
asking
with
a
this dude.
question.
Here we go with the
You
nonsense.
know.
I'm really trying to throw
No,
it out
I'm-
there.
I'm asking a
'cause
serious
maybe-
question.
So maybe if there's not a gray area, they need to put some laws implement some laws out there.
I think they definitely do need to put some laws into place. And it's because, I mean, look, we all need to be accountable. We all need to be accountable.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, if you identify as a woman, it's fine that you identify as a woman, but I think that you should let a man know, look, this is what I was born and this is what I am now. And allow him his right to choose.
To choose that. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I totally agree with that. I just wanted to know if there's a law or is that called something if they don't?
No, there's no law in place right now. And because to be honest with you, and this is the thing that I think that they overlook, right?
Mm-hmm.
If a straight man is fooled by a transsexual, right, and sleeps with this person, that is emotional trauma that you're putting that man through. You do know that. That is a trauma you're putting him through because it's
Yeah, I can
something
definitely see
that
that.
he would not do under normal circumstances.
definitely see
So I just
The reason why- 'cause
I just don't understand how in this age of mental illness and us being so concerned with everyone's emotions, how do we just totally disregard men as far as that's concerned?
No, but I seen a video on TikTok. That's why I asked. It was a girl. She was a trans woman, and she said that she had a fun weekend with a bunch of dudes, and nobody knew she was trans. You know what I mean? And I just didn't know if there was a technical thing for that or not. Like, you know what I mean? Just interesting to know. But anyway, I was seeing that New York City Mayor Adams said he's gonna clean up all the rats in New York City.
The snitches?
Yeah, what do you mean kind of rats he was talking about? I didn't know if he was talking about like rats or the snitches.
I don't think he's
Because
talking
if he clean
about
up
the
the snitches,
snitches.
he's gonna be reelected as mayor.
He's not cleaning it. Listen, we live in the era where, you know, snitches no longer get stitches.
Okay. All right. So stupid nigga of the week.
Stupid nigga of the week.
Shout out to my sis Ra Ali because I saw it on site.
What up, Ra?
What's up, Ra? I saw it on site. It was these rappers. I don't even know the guy's name, but
I think his name was Slat Zai or something like that.
I don't know what his name was, but they
Flat
beat up
Z or
they beat up some blogger who said that he was like a pedophile or something. But they went on Instagram. I don't know how true that allegedly beat up.
I saw the
blogger.
video. They did go on Instagram.
Okay, cool. So allegedly they went on Instagram and then said how they beat
It
up.
wasn't alleged.
Say allegedly beat up the blogger. I don't know what.
Oh, they allegedly beat up the blogger, and
So-
they robbed him for his chain because they had his chain in
took
the
his
video.
gun.
Oh, they took his gun too.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't clap one of them, but they took his gun and took his money, right? And
But they also did say that he was touching on
the kid.
allegedly touching on
the
kids
kid,
or
right?
something like that.
I hear you, but even if that's true, why would you go on Instagram and show
And make a video
say-
confessing
to that,
committing the
and
crime.
Now they want it for robbery, and could face up to 75 years in prison. Like, you thought that was cool?
You know what that makes
Like,
you?
Go ahead.
It makes you the stupid nigga of the week.
100%.
You know why they're called crimes? Because they're against the law.
Yo, you're a dumbass, G. So check this out. So they said there's a shortage in the U.S. Shortage of butter for the holidays, man. It's starting to be a shortage of everything, man.
Seems like there's a shortage of every goddamn thing.
They're saying that they're missing 1 billion crabs.
So hold on. Butter comes from milk. There can't be a shortage of butter. There must be a shortage of milk, which would mean a shortage of cows. Like, but this
So
is what
cheese.
butter isn't a butter isn't like butter's
I don't know.
made
I
from
don't-
something else. So how is there a shortage
I don't
of
know, but
butter?
they got a lot of artificial butter.
Unless
Right.
the butter factory.
But
yeah,
guess
but
what?
they
Most
said
butters-
butter. They
but
said
most
they didn't say I can't believe it's not butter. They said butter. That's what they said.
Yo, and they also said they're missing 1 billion crabs.
Bro, that's because all them damn seafood boils are opening up all over the place.
Chinese restaurants in the hood and making seafood spots.
Yeah.
Yo, how many seafood spots we need out
And
here,
listen,
dude?
I don't know what y'all talking about recession because all these seafood boils are opening up in the hood, and
like,
it's not
yo,
cheap.
They're not cheap.
Yo,
And
they-
another thing is, yo, they like the Chinese. They on every other block out here, B.
Yeah.
On every other block in Brooklyn, you can find seafood. When people start eating crabs and shrimp and shit like that, B,
Shrimp and lobster.
that's crazy. Y'all gotta definitely.
Black people love lobster. I don't know. Y'all think like lobster is like makes you royalty or something. Like y'all do realize that they're the cockroaches of the sea, right? Shrimp, crabs,
I have an
lobster.
argument with a person about that all the time. They that's all they eat is shrimp and lobster.
Basically eating cockroaches.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I don't know, but yo, you stupid.
Cockroach lover.
Since we talk about the cockroach lover over here, cockroach lover in the house. But check this out.
The house.
Check this out. So, quick question, Mo. Can a man cheat on his woman and still love her at the same time?
Oh yeah, because men are stupid. Definitely. Definitely.
Listen. I have this argument all the time with women, and women sometimes get mad at me because I think a man has the ability to cheat on another woman and still go home and love his woman, even though it sounds crazy. Half of the time, they don't even know that other woman, who she is, her name, nothing, B.
But listen, men cheat because they can. That
not
is,
because
it
he
has
loves
nothing
her,
to do
he
with
wants her,
nothing. No.
nothing else.
Dudes cheat because they can. And
100%.
let me put y'all on to something. 8 out of 10 times when a man cheats, the second he nuts, he regrets it. Yo.
I don't know about that, but he definitely doesn't care.
No.
And I'm going home.
And listen, 8 out of 10 times after he nuts, he goes, why did I just do that? Like,
It's stupidity, and I think this with men is different than women. I know there's women that could knock off 100 niggas in a day. I don't know why would you be happy about that, but usually when a woman cheats on her dude, she likes the other dude.
yes.
She likes him. She
Yes.
falls in love.
When
she
she's in a
wants him.
relationship, I think a lot of times a woman has to like the other guy, or sometimes it is just sex, but she's attracted to him in that way. Men, they just capitalize on opportunity.
Opportunity, that's
Like
it.
you out, you want to give me some ass? I don't even really like you, but
It's not real. Like it's not really built off of anything.
No.
So yeah, I saw that question.
and you know what? And this kind of explains it, because this is something I told my daughter. The truth is, a woman sleeps with a man in the process of trying to get to know him. Most times, a man gets to know a woman in the process of trying to sleep with her. So the truth is, a lot of times a guy cheats. A lot of times a guy cheats and he has no feelings for this chick. And as he sleeps with her more, this is when he begins to actually like her.
Yeah, that's kind of true. You're right.
You know what I mean? So the truth is, and this is where we differ, once again, ladies, is y'all sleep with a man in the process of trying to get to know him. So coincidentally, you're trying to get to know this dude and y'all happen to sleep with each other. Whereas most times, a man is just trying to sleep with you, and in the process of trying to sleep with you, he's like, coincidentally, he gets to know you.
He likes you.
He discovers that he likes you because, and I've realized that when we were younger, I think when we were younger, it was kind of different, because when we were younger, you know, you would see a woman across the room, be like, yo, that's wifey, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be wifey. But these days, bro, when that man sees you from across
That's
the,
young
he just
love,
thinks
though.
you're fuckable.
That's it. He don't really care about you like that. Like most of the guys don't. They don't have feelings, especially when they got a wife at home. Most of the time, I actually hate a dude who got a wife or a girl at home and he decides to go out and do his thing, and he start loving on that other chick like that.
Yeah,
I hate
that's-
that. And if you go buy a chick a bag,
you
your
a
side
sucker.
bitch- you're
You a
But
sucker.
if you buy your side bitch a bag, make sure you buy your wife 2 bags. Like you can't never take care of the other chick more than you take care of home, and you should always go home. I don't know. The dudes break the rules when they be staying out, sleeping with.
There are no more rules
Like,
though,
it's just
bro.
crazy.
There are,
I don't
yo, bro.
understand that.
There are no more rules. Dudes is leaving a woman for their side broad. And don't get me wrong. I will also say this. Most times, your side broad treats you 100 times better than your woman, and the reason being is because she doesn't have you, so she wants you, so she's pursuing you. You know what I mean?
As soon as she gets you,
Oh yeah, she gonna treat you.
you gonna want to go back home.
You gonna go back
Go back
home.
home. Like, I ain't dealing with this shit. I'm going back home. Yo,
Yeah.
shout out to Ice Cube, man. The Big 3 League is certified the first all black sports league, man.
That's
And
dope.
that's right up Mo alley. You know what I'm saying?
That's up my alley.
Yeah, because we own our shit, right?
Oh yeah, definitely,
Oh,
definitely.
see,
I'm like
he
up my
tripping.
alley.
Look
No, I said that because I'm not a sports dude.
Yeah, now, but he got his own. And shout out to the NBA being back too, because
It went somewhere.
no, it goes away. It just came back. I got
Oh.
something to do. I ain't got to think about none of you chicks. I ain't got to do nothing. I can go home and just watch
Yo, I'm like it went somewhere.
NBA all day, nigga. That's why.
That
I
sounds
can
like a
watch sports
gang.
all-
That sounds like a gang,
whatever,
bro.
whatever. I'm going home after this to go watch sports. How about that? But yeah, shout out to Ice Cube, man, in the Big 3 leagues.
I need some Brooklyn perks. Can we get some Barclay tickets or something?
Brooklyn Perks.
Brooklyn Perks.
This guy's crazy. They don't-
Monty wants Barclay tickets. Someone send Monty Barclay tickets. Yeah, so congratulations to Ice Cube, man. I mean, that's a big move.
Yo, Tico, where you going, B? Yo, this dude, all he want to smoke when we working, B.
Why not?
Why not? Whatever, man.
But anyway, yo, shout out to y'all, man, for watching another week of Brooklyn
Yeah.
Boyz Radio.
Brooklyn Boyz Radio.
We
Yo,
appreciate
I'm going
y'all.
away, man.
Oh yeah, congratulations.
Going to Columbia, man.
Okay,
I'm gonna have fun.
bring me back a Colombian.
Look, Monty Stivico. Nah. I'm going for business though, yo. But see y'all when I get back. Yo, thank you for watching another episode of Brooklyn Boyz.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Want to shout out our sponsor, Woodstack.
Woodstack, shout out to Woodstack,
Once
B.
again, shout out to the homie Tico.
Tico and Monty. Leave us alone, B.
Shout out to my dude Monte. But check Woodstack out, man. Stores in Queens, Brooklyn,
And Jersey.
and Jersey.
All right, G.
Brooklyn,
We out.
out.